Am I the jerk for laughing politely at my partner's jokes? I, a 28-year-old female, have always been shy and socially anxious. After hanging out with friends, I would get feedback that I was too quiet and did not talk enough. Over the years, I learned that laughter helped to ease a lot of different social situations. I could laugh along with the group and participate in social interactions without having to share too much or feel vulnerable. When men said inappropriate things in public or hit on me when I was way too young, I could laugh it off a bit and walk away without creating a confrontation. As a result, I developed a habit of using laughter to smooth out social discomfort. My partner is aware of this habit because I have described it before in other situations. Recently, he discovered that this also happens in our relationship, and now it is really bothering him. When we first started dating and he made jokes I did not find funny, I would not laugh, and he would ask me what was wrong. I communicated many times that nothing was wrong. I just did not find that joke particularly funny or relatable. It started to get a little exhausting, and as a result, I started giving him a polite laugh to acknowledge that I heard the joke and to encourage him to keep sharing things with me. It felt uncomfortable to have to repeatedly justify that there was nothing wrong with me or the situation just because I did not find his joke funny. I know his intent was not to gaslight me, but I have a history of experiencing that, and it was making me feel like there was something wrong with me for not laughing in those moments. I thought a polite laugh could help meet both of our needs and keep the conversation moving. He recently saw me politely laugh at something a stranger said to get out of an awkward interaction and asked me if I ever force laughs with him. I truthfully explained that I did and why, and I listed many other situations where I find laughter helpful in that way. He has communicated that he feels lied to and insecure about his ability to make me laugh now. It seems that he feels this was a breach of trust to use that type of social nicety with him. Am I the asshole for using polite laughter to make those social interactions between us less awkward? You are not in the wrong, but if you find yourself constantly faking your feelings and reactions with your boyfriend, maybe he isn't the one for you. Instead of fake laughing, why not try a simple signal like a hand squeeze or a tap to convey that you acknowledge his joke, even if you don't find it funny? This approach helped another couple deal with similar issues, allowing them to be more supportive without the need for awkward explanations. It might help you both understand each other better and save a lot of energy in the long run. Am I the jerk for giving my parent the cold shoulder? So about 2 weeks ago, my father, who is 41 years old, and my mother, who is 42 years old, let me, a 17-year-old male, and my sibling, a 15-year-old male, know that they were having troubles in their marriage. They had given accidental clues before, so we had a pretty good idea of what was happening. The day they told us, my brother did not take it well. He cried a lot, and I went to a friend's house and cried there. About a week later, my father started hanging out with my mother's best friend, who is 35 years old, a lot more than he usually did, which was a little suspicious. My mother and her best friend were selling things at our town's rib fest. Saturday went fine. Nothing was out of the usual that night. When I woke up on Sunday, the calendar was torn off the wall. When I asked my father about it, he said, "Me and your mom's best friend are no longer friends." I thought he was joking since he made jokes like that all the time, so I shrugged it off and went about my day. I had plans with my friend to go to the rib fest, and when we got there, I said hi to my mom and her friend. Her friend told me she was not coming over anymore, almost guiltily. This was not weird as she was going through her own problems with marriage, so again I shrugged it off and went home. My dad was pretty angry about something, so I asked him what he was so angry about. He said he had cheated on my mother with her best friend, and that is when it all clicked for me. All the signs and clues made sense. I said, "That checks," and went off to play video games with my friend. My father came to check on me, and I was giving him short answers like, "Okay," and "Yeah," and I was not in the mood to talk with him. The next day he went to work, which was fine. I went about my day normally. However, when he got home, my mood changed. I was glaring, ignoring him, and giving short answers yet again. The same happened the next day, so I sent him a text last night about how I did not want to talk to him. I still love him because he is my dad, but what he did was a bad move on his part. I told him I would need a week or so to collect my thoughts about him and probably forgive him. So here I am wondering, am I the asshole? You are not in the wrong. Your dad cheated on your mom with a friend you know and then told you about it. You are now logically angry and shocked. Did he expect a different reaction? Am I the jerk for telling a clingy friend that I just can't give them the attention they require? My friend and I are young. I have a lot going on, a business that I started and pay for, a full-time 40-hour-a-week job to pay my bills, and keep a roof over my dogs' heads. I have a very serious relationship and devote a lot of time to it. My boyfriend and I are moving to another state soon. My friend recently got pregnant and has been having events that I can never attend. I always tell her why I can't attend. I am a server and I don't get weekends off. She always plans things on weekends when I can't come. I can't just take myself off my schedule and say, "Hey boss, not coming in today. My friend needs me to give her all my attention today." I love my friends, but I grew up as an only child, so I love my alone time. I don't need constant validation or love from my friends because I am finally at a point where I get that from myself. I have started setting boundaries and telling people, "No, wow. We get super busy on the weekends, and I make a lot of money. I can't afford to skip any days out because of this economy. Last night, she sent a text saying she feels like I am never here for her in person, and she knows I love her but just don't show it how she wants me to. She moved recently, and I couldn't see her before she moved because I wasn't off and couldn't make time when I work because I was doubling and tired. There is literally no time in my day to hang out with friends or do things after or before work. She said she needs more support, but I don't know how much more I can give. We literally text and snap each other all day, every day. I can't show up to events on days I am scheduled at work, which is an hour away. I said, I understand that and I am sorry. I just can't give you more at this point in my life. I'm finally saving money and working towards my dreams, and work is really important to me, as is paying my bills and making sure I never have to go back to my mom's. I'm trying my best with everything I have going on because I also have some things going on that I've got to focus on too. I haven't seen family a lot either, not because I don't love and appreciate you guys, but you all plan events on Saturdays and known dates when I can't come. Yes, you can tell me in advance, but if I'm on the schedule, I'm on there. I can't talk my boss out of it. Am I the asshole? She's just super clingy. She always has been, and I am not that way. She used to ask if I hated her if I didn't respond to her snap or text instantly. I give her everything that I can give at this point in my life, and talking to friends every day is already a lot for me mentally, but I do it to make her feel better. I can't hold her hand every step of the way. I work and have responsibilities. She then got mad and said that all I care about is money, which is not true. Sometimes I have to skip out on family and friend time to be financially smart. She now lives 5 hours away, and it's not financially smart for me to visit the day before I go on my birthday trip when I'm already going to be out of work for a week and going to be on vacation. She planned her baby shower on a Sunday, which is a busy day at work, and the day before my flight, and then gets mad that I can't show up. Sometimes friendships change as we grow, as do our friends' expectations. If she's expecting you to fit your schedule to hers and do all the logistical work, then she's just using you. She doesn't sound clingy. She sounds like she is trying to include you in her life. It's fine if you don't have the capacity for that right now, but she might not be around later, and truthfully, it doesn't seem like that would bother you much. Am I the jerk for telling my in-laws to leave me out of their dispute over the future grandchild's name? I am a 25-year-old female recently married to Josh, who is 27 years old. I have a good relationship with his brother, Tommy, who is 30 years old, and Tommy's wife, Lily, who is also 30 years old. When they found out a month ago that they were expecting a boy, they asked me if I would be okay with them naming their son Logan. They were concerned because my name is Logan, and they did not want to offend or annoy me. I told them I had no problem with it at all. Lily said the name was always on their list, but me joining the family made it more special, which was sweet. They decided on the full name a week or two ago and announced it over a family lunch on Sunday. The situation immediately became tense. My mother-in-law and father-in-law asked them what they were thinking, naming their son after a woman. They expressed displeasure about my name being traditionally a boy's name, but now directly linked with me. They said their grandson should only be named after men. Josh told his parents they were being ridiculous and asked if they wouldn't be glad Logan was being reclaimed as a boy's name in the family if they were so offended. They said it was still on a female in the family now. Tommy then told his parents it was not their decision, and the only person they would accept criticism about the choice from was me, and I had no problem with them using it. They said they should care about how it looks. Tommy said it does not look bad in any way, and that people will not care today. The argument escalated. Lily tried to calm them down by saying their Logan will love being named after his amazing, and only, aunt. For whatever reason, my in-laws decided that I needed to step in and told me I should make it known I am no longer okay with another Logan, and should do it for him if nothing else. I kept eating through most of this, so I was not involved at all. I just said I was good, thanks. They pressed the issue. Josh told them it had nothing to do with me. My in-laws said it did because Tommy and Lily made it my problem. Tommy and Lily apologized over my in-laws. I said it was fine, but please leave me out of it. I gave my blessing and would not take it back. Ultimately, the naming is not my decision. Tommy apologized again. My in-laws said I could not stay out of it when it is my name. I said it is not just my name, and then went back to eating. My in-laws were not happy with my request to be kept out of it. Am I the asshole? You did nothing improper, but seriously, never share the baby name until the kid is born. It saves a lot of drama. It's funny picturing someone just chilling with a bowl of cereal while the whole name debate unfolds. You learned an important lesson here, just like others have before. Am I the jerk for turning my niece away at the door and telling my sister to wake up because of how my niece treats my own daughter? My sister Teresa has a 16-year-old daughter named Quinn. Quinn and I used to be very close when she was younger and loved having auntie-niece time together. However, since becoming a teenager, Quinn has become very snarky and sarcastic in a mean way. I particularly don't like the way she behaves towards my own daughter, Bella, who is 6. Quinn crosses the line. A particular episode of verbal cruelty at a birthday party was when I'd had enough and told Quinn, I don't want you to come over until you can start being nice to Bella. Teresa was present when I said this. We live a short walk away from each other. A few days ago, Quinn arrived and wanted dinner, and I turned her away at the door and told her, I don't like how you treat my daughter. Unless it is an emergency, you are not welcome over. Teresa called me because she said I was a horrible person for turning Quinn away because she is 16. My niece was upset. Teresa has stopped trying to do anything serious about Quinn's verbal attitude and has justified it in the past with statements along the lines of, "That's just how some teenagers are. It's a teen thing. Teenagers shouldn't be treated like young children," or "Quinn's almost an adult. It's not your place to parent her like some child." I brought up Teresa's past words and told her she is correct that Quinn is an adult who doesn't need to be scolded by me. I have a right to protect my child from an unkind adult. Quinn is already having issues with the school emailing home or friends making excuses for why they don't want to see her. It's time for Teresa to wake up and do something about her daughter. Teresa and I have both given our sides to mutual friends and acquaintances, and they are divided. Some are saying that Quinn's attitude is not okay, but I was wrong to turn her away at the door because she's still 16 and my niece. They said being a teenager and rapidly going from childhood to adulthood is already a rough transition. According to Teresa, Quinn appears to be having issues at school, and I should try to have more patience with her and see what may be going on outside of home. Regardless of the reason, I feel I had to set a hard boundary with Quinn's behavior. It is an easy time, but at 16 you still know right from wrong. Bella doesn't deserve to be subjected to that kind of treatment. But are my friends and acquaintances correct that I was too hard on my niece and sister and should apologize for how I responded to them? You are not the one at fault. Your responsibility is to your daughter, to protect her. Any of your friends who would let a 16-year-old bully their 6-year-old child just because they happen to share blood is a crappy parent. Quinn is almost an adult, so it's time for her to learn that her crappy behavior has consequences. Being a teenager is not an excuse to be a jerk, especially to little children. Am I the jerk for not believing my own family when they say I'm a narcissist? Hello everyone, I'll try to make this post as short as I can. My family and I am a 22-year-old female, have a very complicated relationship. Right now I am having an issue with my brother. My brother is 2 years younger than me. My mother always has his back. He has always been condescending and protected. He has never actively supported me in any of my beliefs or passions, which I do believe I have done for him. He has not shared much about his personal life with us since he was 16. Because he is so withdrawn from the family, my parents always seek him out to try and make him trust them more. I did too, until I realized that I shouldn't beg for his attention anymore, and it wasn't doing me any good. We all live together, and today I got into a pretty messed up argument with my brother. It started as a stupid fight, like a lot of the times, but this time, the way he disrespected me made me feel so bad I started crying. I couldn't take it anymore and I left. My mom, of course, saw the state I was in and confronted me. After I explained the fight, she hugged me and told me she would talk to my brother afterward. I asked her not to, but she didn't pay me any mind. I went to the bathroom to get cleaned up, and I could hear through the door a part of the conversation between my mom and my brother. He was pretty calmly telling my mom how he thought I had a huge ego problem and how I always acted superior because I was close to getting my degree. He said I think I am better than them. He even mentioned talking about it with an uncle we have who I thought I was close with, and he agreed. My mom didn't say anything regarding that, but she did tell my brother she understood. I was shocked to hear this, as I actually have pretty low self-esteem. I think I am failing in my academic life and think very little of myself in almost every aspect. To be called a narcissist was one of the things I didn't expect to be said about me. I cried a lot thinking, could I actually just be a narcissist? Am I really in the wrong here? But because of the things I mentioned above, I don't think I can be. I borderline hate myself. I don't know how I portray this image that I feel superior. I never brag about school because there is nothing to brag about. I never bring up any other accomplishments because there aren't many. Hell, my brother hardly knows anything about my life. How could he even know if I am egocentric? I am definitely going to ask my close circle of friends. Honestly, I am pretty sure they will agree with me. Maybe that came off as narcissistic, but please trust I am just self-aware. I needed to ask, do you think I could be a narcissist? Do I confront my mom and brother about what I heard? What do I even say? Honestly, I think it's pointless, and it will become an argument about respecting their privacy and will lead to nothing. I can't help but feel like an outsider in my own family and like they don't know me at all. People often say hurtful things when they're upset, and it's important to remember they likely didn't intend for those words to be overheard. Your mom seems to be trying to keep the peace between you and your brother, which is a tough spot to be in. It might help to reach out and share how you feel with your brother, expressing that you never meant to make him feel inferior. Sometimes, being the bigger person and extending a hand can lead to healing for both sides. Thanks for watching. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. To finish listening to all the stories, check out the playlist in the description.